South Africa. Here, the native San Bushmen hold elaborate fireside rituals lasting for hours into the night. During these ceremonies, their shamans perform what's known as a trance dance, through which they reach an altered state of being and access other dimensions.
The trance dance is thought to activate an energy in their body called noom. And this energy opens a portal of sorts that enables them to travel into the spirit world. And when the Bushmen activate this energy, they're able to put their hands in the fire without being burned. They can see vast distances, and it's as if in every way, shape, and form, they're transformed into super powerful beings.
By accessing the power of noom energy, it is believed that a shaman who can extract illness, see the insides of the sick, and travel out of their own body to the land of the gods.
This number goes up the body, and then often it goes out of the crown of the head, and that's usually when the out-of-body experience occurs, and they travel to the spirit world. I've seen a bushman put a coal in his mouth and he wasn't burnt. They put their heads in the fire, and although their hair might singe and even catch fire, their face won't be burnt. So something is happening with this num energy. They call it boiling energy. It's almost like there's a vibrational change in their whole body and probably in their DNA in some way.
Could the so-called noom energy really be inherent in shamans, accessed only while in a sort of dream state? And is it possible that the genetic makeup of these medicine men is what allows them to access other dimensions?
The San Bush people have a tradition that they are the first tribe ever created. They're the oldest people in the world. DNA tests have shown that they probably are, that all other cultures and all other peoples that spread throughout the world came originally from where the San people are now.
When we look at the San Bushmen and we see the clear genetic evidence that they are the primordial seed of human civilization and life on Earth, it is possible that their DNA is especially well equipped to have this potential to access these non-ordinary states of consciousness, which may in fact be a key to physically journeying into them, giving these people the ability to do things that most of us seemingly cannot.
It's called the first Adam, the truth about God and cosmic principles. A common misconception is that the ancient Egyptians believed in multiple gods, when this is anything but the truth. The Egyptians believed in one supreme creator. They did not believe in any type of religion, but were most definitely highly spiritual, as they understood that their body was an exact replica of the cosmos. They understood that the universe was intelligently created by divine energies or cosmic principles that they called netters or netterus. These netters or cosmic principles were personified in pictograms and hieroglyphs. They would use myths to express these complex ideas using metaphors and similes. These myths can be read exoterically and esoterically. Now, it was the Greeks and then the Romans who used this pantheon, the netters, and mistranslated them into gods. The netters represented different forces of nature and aspects of the creator, but the Egyptians understood that they were all just different forms of the supreme being, the master of the universe. The Egyptians understood that just like life, everything is cyclical, and so is time. Everything happens in cycles. They did not believe in linear time. They understood that when the Creator came into existence, the whole of creation came into existence, because He is the one who contains all, the one supreme being, Atum. or Atom, or Adam, or Brahma in Hindu, or An Sofi to the Kabbalist, the source of all love and oneness, the creator of the universe. Now, in the Egyptian creation myth, which was the template for the Bible, in the beginning was none, or nu, or nai, which is nothingness, nil, the chaos, a liquidy primeval abyss, a cosmic ocean of watery chaos. This was the unpolarized state of matter, the neutron soup, if you will. Water is formless after all. This was the subjective being. Noon was the symbol of the unformed, undefined, undifferentiated energy and matter, the infinite, the non-finite, represented by the number 0, the chaos. Now, from chaos came order. This was the word, the divine sound, the Big Bang, when the Lord said, "Let there be light," the beginning of creation. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, which is actually called the Egyptian Book of the Forthcoming Light, it says, "I am the eternal. I am that which created the Word. I am the Word." The Word was a sound frequency. This was when from the formless turned into form, from potential energy into kinetic energy. And this manifested cosmic energy was Atum, or Atom, or Atom, the totality of divine energies, the supreme beings, from chaos to order, from 0 to 1, from nothing to the all, the subjective being none to the objective being Atum, from sleeping to awake, from unconscious to conscious, from unaware to aware. He is the representative, the number 1, the underlying principle of all numbers, the unity, the absolute as unpolarized energy, the master of the universe, the one who is the all. This represents the birth of the universal energy matrix. The cycle of creation is caused and maintained by these divine forces of these energies, the Neteru. The Neteru are the forces of nature. Everything is cyclical, a process of transformation from birth, life, aging, dying, death to rebirth. The Neterus were seen as male and female, but all just aspects of the Creator. These were energy. Now, energy cannot be destroyed or created, only transformed from one form to another. Energy is never consumed, but only changes forms, and the total energy in a physical system, like the universe, can't be increased or diminished. Now, the Egyptian Book of the Forthcoming Light talks about when the creation, Atum, goes back to chaos, from order to chaos, then back to the neutron soup, if you will, with potential for more creation. And it says that only Atum and Asa-Ra will remain. Now, Asa-Ra, this is a very important figure. This is Osiris. Osiris represents the principle of resurrection, of rebirth. The ancient Egyptians understood that these divine energies not only created and maintained creation, they were also a part of each and every one of us. The whole entire point of their spirituality system was to get in tune with these energies. Now, it was the Greeks that mistranslated these cosmic principles, these energies, the netters, into gods and goddesses. That's why this concept is so important to understand. This was another presentation by Hidden America. So it is called The Third Eye, the Sacred Science of the Christ Within. Ian Howell once said, "The infinite Wi-Fi signal for the ancients was a pineal gland modem hooked up to the universe." Oh, how times have changed. How religion, technology, and fear has separated us from actual spirituality and hid the truth and secrets right before our eyes. The problem is, when people read the Bible, they read it literally and think that it doesn't apply to them, that it's past tense and somehow outside of them. Little do they know that this sacred science is encoded all throughout the Bible. The Christ within, the resurrection, the rebirth, the secrets of the pineal gland, the third eye, the true kingdom of heaven was always within. Even when this knowledge was heavily guarded and the so-called heretics were persecuted, Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel painting encoded this sacred science for all to see, and many, still to this day, look right past it. People see the pine cone symbolism in all ancient cultures all the way up to today. Look at the Vatican and all over India. But still, the secrets of the Christ within, the chrism, the fire within, is one of the best kept secrets in all cultures. The pine cone has always represented the pineal gland, the closed pine cone for those that are asleep, the open pine cone for those who are awake, the eye of Horus, the eye of Ra, the eye of Providence, the all-seeing eye, has always been to show the power of the third eye, the pineal gland. Odin, Shiva, always represented the power of the third eye. Solomon's temple was never a real place. Your body has always been the temple. You are the tree of life. The sacred science that I'm about to reveal has been hidden for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years. This is the true stairway to heaven, Jacob's ladder. The pineal gland is known as the throne of God. Around the pineal gland is 24 cranial nerves that help the pineal gland function to full capacity. This is why there are 24 elders mentioned in Revelation 4:3. The pineal gland is the main endocrine gland in the body that rests in the middle of the brain between two cerebral hemispheres, which is mentioned in Genesis 3:24 as the cherubs that guard the tree of life. The tree of life is your spinal column, the stairway to heaven, Jacob's ladder. Your spinal column has 33 vertebrae, hence the 33 degrees of masonry. There are 33 spinal nerves, and Jesus dies at the age of 33. 33 plus 33 gives you the 66 books of the Bible. Now the sacred science, the secret, the Christos, the Christ, the fire within, the chrism. You ever wonder why Santa goes down the chimney on Christmas? Well, here is the secret. The sacred secretion, the chrism. Once a month, your brain secretes a fluid, a sacred chrism, the Christos, down the chimney, down your spinal column. And with proper technique, diet, and meditation, the goal is to raise this chrism back up your spinal column. This is the rebirth, the resurrection. Now this precious fluid flows down the claustrum, hence your Santa Claus, and separates parts going into the pineal gland and part to the pituitary body. And these fluids, being special, sacred, take on the color of milk and honey. It is a milk-like fluid. Here is your land of milk and honey. Now these two glands, one male and one female, the Joseph and Mary of your own physical body, are the parents of this spiritual son, the Christos, the chrism, born in your solar plex of each human being. Now this happens around the age of 12. The children of Israel have been given promise to return to this land flowing with milk and honey at last when these fluids reach the solar plexus via the semi-lunar Gangala. This is Bethlehem of your own physical body, hence why in Hebrew Bethlehem means the house of bread. This is why the allegorical Christ says that I am the bread of life. This is your rebirth. As your cerebral spinal fluid, the chrism, the Christos, climbs your 33 vertebrae, Jacob's ladder, and meets your 12 cranial nerves, the 12 disciples, it ignites the pineal gland. This is the resurrection. Now in the solar plexus is a thimble-shaped depression. This is the cave, the manger, and in this is deposited this psychophysical seed, the Holy Child, born of the Immaculate Conception. This seed is called a fish. This is where you get your Jesus fish. Now the third eye is your gate to the inner realms, to higher states of consciousness, your very own kingdom of heaven.
Now you see why fluoride and calcification of this gland is so detrimental. Now this sacred science has been hidden for thousands of years. This is the Christ within, the Christos, the Chrism. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.